the mystique of a label, I think, has been destroyed. Honestly, in the
Been
past like
debunked.
10 years, I feel like the media, the label, when people say music label, it used to be such a big thing. And now it's only uneducated people that still look at labels as still this huge thing that's going to like amplify them 100 times. It's that whole mystique is done. I feel like labels have become just companies now.
What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 158 of the 30% podcast, hosted by yours truly, a fine African man, aka Afam, and Sam Are Jedediah Elia Penda. And together, we started this podcast to highlight the Kenyan music industry, talk about it a little bit, give some of our opinions on the music, and just have a general vibe. And shout out to you guys for listening to us for 150 plus episodes. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope your weeks are going well. And Sam, I hope your week is going well. How are you, man?
I'm good. I just realized that I've probably never beat you in the intros. Like if we put all our intros side by side, I think you win every single time. And I don't like that. I don't like that.
No, Sam, nah. No,
this is
like,
a competition.
First of all, this isn't a competition. It's
No,
not
it
a
is.
competition. Why?
This is a
Why
competition.
why?
Like we're competing. Aren't you competitive?
I'm the
Where's
one
your
who's the
competitive spirit.
I'm the competitive one. Like, come on. Like, I'm the competitive one, and I'm like, it's not
You're
a
the one
competition.
rejecting competition.
I think you would find that people actually prefer like
All right, we're not doing that.
different
No, we're not
elements
doing that.
of
We're not
our
doing that. Because
intros.
that's going to sound patronizing.
No, it's true.
I'm doing all right,
People have
man.
different.
Listen, it's been
Oh
a
my
great-
god! How have you done this? How have you done this to me? How? Like how?
This is fun social engineering. It's been a great week.
Just rage baiting me.
You fell for it too, but you're the one who's always tried to rage bait me. It's been a good week. Week has been all right. I mean, what did I do? I don't remember everything I did. Just studio, making music, vibing with a couple of guys. The Safari Uns Camp 2 is underway, so we're just trying to get some sort of creativity going. Apart from that, I don't know, man. I've just been in my home studio, meaning my desk, creating music and just chilling. Yeah. Boring week. How was yours? What have you been up to?
I wouldn't say I did much more compared to you. It's been working on a bunch of music. Yeah, and working as always.
We're definitely
Oh
not
my
the guys
god,
to come to. Yeah, we're not the guys to come to to like.
No,
like
I will
live
make
vicariously
a
through
conscious
us.
decision. Oh no, listen, no,
living
next year
vicariously
for
through me,
sure. No, next year for us will be more active. Trust me, and Sam knows
Well,
why.
speak
It'll
for
be
yourself.
more active.
I didn't say I'll be more active.
It'll
You
be
speak
more
for yourself.
active. Sam knows why next
I'm-
year will be more active.
Well-
We cannot tell you more details than I am saying right now, but just trust me, guys. Sam and I will have something to say for our weeks. I promise, guys. We're not boring. It's just like, I don't know.
I sound like you're begging. Can we just move on? Anyway, we're not the guys you come to for your to live vicariously through.
begging you.
All right. Okay. So you just didn't do
No.
anything?
What else? What else did I do? I finally finished season 1 of Malcolm in the Middle. I know I watch things so slowly. I'm so frustrating, man. But like sometimes I just, you know what I mean? Amazing show. I will. You know what? I think I will watch season 2 and 3 and 4, and
How many
then
seasons is
finish
it?
it.
8? 7?
I think it's like 6 or 7.
Oh.
Let me see. What else did I do this week? Oh my god, is there something else that happened? Oh, Sam. Oh, Eze. Let it all work out. Oh, and anybody who knows me knows I'm a staunch Arsenal fan, and this was generally a big part of my week because, like, watching Eze win, it's a testament to the fact that you could be down and out, you could be rejected multiple times, but if you keep the belief in the universe and the plans laid out for you, nothing can stop you. And Eze is just a testament. You see how I said testament? Pun intended. He is a testament to the fact that you just have to, like, keep going. Honestly, it's such a I don't know, it's such a spiritual thing watching somebody, like, be so successful in a place that they love and they're a fan of. So anyway, I
Did
don't
you
want
cry after
to
that match?
drag you.
I feel like you
I
cried.
might have.
I feel like you
I
had
might
tissues
have
to
had
your side.
balancing tears. I might have had balancing tears.
Oh man, the referee's
Because
whistle
people,
brought tears to
especially
your
when
eyes.
people,
That's hilarious.
no, listen, people make those very emotional TikToks, man. Somebody made an emotional TikTok of him giving an interview about how he was let go at Arsenal, let go at Fulham, let go at Millwall, and then now everything is coming full circle, bro. Who wouldn't get emotional over that?
It's so interesting how, like, the algorithms favors different personalities. Because I didn't get none of that, and I consumed a lot of. Like, I mean, I'm also an Arsenal fan, so I was happy about the win. But then the emotional side didn't come up at all. the stories. That's fascinating, actually. That's fascinating. Anyway, but
No,
it was a
it
good win.
is.
It was a good win. We own North London, as I speak from Nairobi, but we own North London, and yeah,
My mental health says thank you.
and then
Speaking of the algorithm, do you want to talk about, what do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about distribution or do you want to talk about AI? Sam, we will go with where do you want to start? AI or distribution?
the hot topics.
But they kind
of
intertwine at this point.
All right, let's do distribution first. It sounds interesting. Distribution just sounds, and plus AI. Like, I'm tired of talking about AI, but we'll talk about it. But let's do distribution.
Artificial intelligence, man. Okay, so let's talk about distribution. So it's been a big week for music distribution. There's been a lot of conversation about Roc Nation. You will crumble, not Roc Nation. Actually, Jay-Z, if you're listening to this, I didn't say that. That was AI. I didn't say that. Nobody said that. Anyway, so basically, Roc Nation are rolling out a distribution company called Roc Nation Distribution. How creative. And it's been in the news because I think the thing that's captured most of people's imagination or just like outrage is the fact that they'll take 15% off of the royalties. So it's basically the artist gets 85%.
Yep.
Roc Nation gets 15%, and that kind of sparked a debate because Russ, I don't know if you guys listen to Russ Diamond. Is it Diamond or Diamond? How do you pronounce his last name? Anyway, Russ was, yeah, I think Demon. I think. So anyway, Demon. That's. I hope it's not Demon. Anyway. So Russ was basically saying that why would you sign up for a distribution company to take 15% of your royalties, and all they're doing is pressing play, or not pressing play, but pressing upload for your music.
Yep.
And this is something that Sam and I want to talk about because we've talked about distribution in the past and what it entails. But I feel like distribution in the new age is a scam. It's a scam. Because, so these big distribution companies, or what do we call them? Artist services companies, they only really service artists who they think they can benefit off of. But if you're a smaller artist, a smaller upcoming artist, and you decide, um, Roc Nation is a big name and has a big reputation. I don't know, United Masters, for example, or like some small or some indie company will be like, yeah, we're now open to like having more people distribute on our platform. There's another one I'll mention. It's in Kenya, but I don't want to mention the name. Like
This is a podcast about the Kenyan industry, so you probably should mention that. So we just know. Put a name to it.
All
right, don't.
No, it's
don't worry.
So anyway, despite Sam trying to get me to say names, while I still have a little bit of a reputation to have, all I'll say is, I personally think distribution or signing with a distribution company, right? Or like an indie distribution company or a smaller, like one of those boutique distribution companies, it only makes sense if you have enough leverage for them to actually do the work that makes it a worthwhile investment. Because and it's so interesting to me, Sam, what Roc Nation have literally marketed this whole situation as is a good opportunity for artists to get access to a large amount of data, access to like demographics and who's even access to who's tweeting about your music and what keywords they're using to tweet about your music on, or not even just tweet, but like just mention your music on various platforms and stuff like that. And it's like, wait, but why aren't they marketing what they actually should be doing, which is amplifying your music? They're marketing stuff about data. Like that seems like if you watch like their rollout video on YouTube, it's mostly about the data and the fact that they can collect a bunch of stuff for the artist that's in quotes very valuable for them to have. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, how do you feel about this whole situation? Because this music industry is kind of cooked. It's kind of cooked.
Kind of cooked. I mean, first things first. Try not to get caught up in the hype, which is Roc Nation is a label and they're trying to offer a new service. And what it is a new way for them to collect. Of course, the way they're choosing to market this is kind of interesting because they're trying to market it as they're almost marketing it as something unique and something new. Oh, you're going to be getting your data. You're going to this and that, and we're going to offer you. But it doesn't seem like, you can get data from, there's like other places you can get your data from in terms of distribution. And most other distribution, if not every single other one, has at least a tier that you can subscribe to be able to get data. So what they're doing is not necessarily new. Of course, the big fight is regular distributions, the distro kids, CD Baby. There's like an upfront fee you pay, and then your royalties are your royalties, right? But then Roc Nation is coming in, and they're like, all right, cool. You guys don't pay. It's free upfront, which is always a scam. It's free. Okay, let me not say scam, but then it's always something to watch out for. Free upfront, and then we're just going to take 15 off. So essentially what they're doing is that when you sign up with a regular distribution where you pay for a service, and then you get to keep your music, own your music and everything. Roc Nation essentially is just taxing you as you go. So they're going to tax your entire career. If you sign up with Roc Nation, it's artist tax that you get as a label. They're using a major label system to run a distribution system. And the problem is that the distribution system is more geared to now and today and like independent artists. While I feel like Roc Nation is just using an old school system to it. I don't know. It feels weird.
Sam,
it doesn't work.
What is the distribution system like today? Genuinely, What is it?
I mean, I don't know what the numbers are, but I would think a large chunk of artists these days are on that self-service distribution through a platform where they're in control of everything. They don't have to go through a label, or that's what I feel like distribution has become today, and it's geared more towards the indie because everything is moving more towards the independent side, right? And of course, Ross talking about this, he's seen as one of the champions for the independent artists, being a successful one himself. So it that feels like where things are going and where things have been for the past few years. It seems a little bit old from Roc Nation. I think they just want to have their say in things. Like maybe they're not seeing other labels like the UMGs and them actively having a self-service distribution platform, and so they're like, maybe like this is a little market, a corner of the market that we can stake our flag in. But I don't know, it just feels weird because I mean, who would be okay? Now here's the thing: an artist who would sign up to that, I don't think an artist who would sign up to that is primarily concerned with what Roc Nation can do for them. Because if you really look at what they're offering versus what all the other distributions that are much cheaper are offering, then I feel like an artist that would want to sign up to Roc Nation will be signing up to Roc Nation for the name Roc Nation. It's like, okay, I'm affiliated with Roc
Exactly.
Nation. Yeah. It's more of a
for the
image,
affiliation.
Yeah, image status thing, which I'm not saying is wrong.
And
some artists feel like they need that. But
wait, I have to interject here because there's so somebody on TikTok actually went into the fine print, and there's a clause in the fine print that says any artist distributed by Roc Nation Distribution cannot claim to be distributed by Roc Nation. Like, you are not allowed to say.
Look,
and even if you do say that you're being distributed by Roc Nation, like, it's in the paperwork for them to deny that they distribute.
So they're obviously
music.
playing the game where they want people to sign up to them because it's Roc Nation, but at the same time they don't want you to say that it's Roc Nation. It's just very weird. It's just a very weird situation that they're in.
So the people who are distributed by Roc Nation are like the people who you see, like, it's announced there's a deal, Meg the Stallion. Yeah. Okay, Irasta is not distributing, but she's getting management from them. But you get what I mean? Like, so you as artist X, trust me, you are not being distributed by Roc Nation.
Yeah, it's a different company. It's a different.
So what they're doing is just hitting upload on your music. That's it. That's literally all they're doing. Like, if you were talking about on a capitalistic like level, yeah, like, it's great because they'll just get 15% of anybody's music for nothing. And especially if you upload with these platforms and your music does well, oh my god, like, you're in a whole world of shit because
that contract, there's probably wording in that
you
contract
can't get out of it.
There's another distribution that does that operates more like a major label. I can't remember the name.
United Masters.
Yes, United Masters. And there was a clause in the United Masters contract which stated that if you do like become successful, you can't go. United Masters has dibs on you. Like, they get to dictate whether you can be signed. Like, if you become successful and a song of yours does well, and then like labels are like, okay, this guy is good here, he's really promising, we want to have him on our label. United Masters has, by you signing that agree to terms and conditions, United Masters has the right to say, no, we are keeping him, and there's nothing you can do about it because you signed it away.
Now, so here's the thing. Now, Sam and I have in the past said it's better to own a percentage of something than 100% of nothing. Now, doing deals is not a bad thing, right? But you have to be cognizant of what you're getting back in return. Now, for me, and in the original, or just like the traditional model, like, when it comes to distribution, distros typically take between 10 and 15%. In some cases, they'll take 20%. But it's only worth it if they're doing the work. In short, distribution is really about it's about the entities using their connections to gain your music more visibility. And
Yep.
how do they do this? Now, typically, distribution companies are supposed to have like, weekly meetings with all the people that make things happen in the industry. So they're supposed to have weekly meetings with YouTube, weekly meetings with Spotify, weekly meetings with Apple Music, and tell these people, these are the people in our roster. This is the music that they're releasing. And this is why this music needs to be highlighted in a big way on your platforms. Now, if we're talking about like the bigger artists, that's what they get in return. And that's why some of these deals make so much sense for them. Because do you think it's coincidence when we look at the new music Friday playlist for Kenya and Taylor Swift is number one on our playlist? Like, what? Why is Taylor Swift number one in a new music Friday Kenya playlist? It's not because Kenyans are actively begging for Taylor Swift music.
Well,
no,
Swifties, maybe.
They're not. No, they're Swifties for sure. They're Swifties in our industry or in our market, but that's not the overwhelm. People would rather listen to BN or I don't know. There's people who would rather listen to Otile Brown before they listen to Taylor Swift. But then you see when some of these big names release music, they're always in our playlist somehow. Why? It's because there's deals that these people have or the streaming platforms have with the major labels to highlight their artists. And therefore, in this way, those artists get very, very amplified in terms of like their numbers, their streaming numbers, etc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why there's certain Kenyan artists who do really well on streaming platforms because they have deals with people who are in Western music industries. And they have deals with those people, and those people have way more leverage when it comes to getting things done. And then you come and you wonder, wait, but why does artist X have such big or has so many streams, but yet on the ground they don't feel as big as an artist? It's because they're distributing with people who have more leverage and are able to actually say, yo, the guys at Spotify, I'd like artist X to be on this playlist and this playlist and this playlist. And they do that for a bunch of different streaming platforms, and boom, your music is doing well. Now, when you sign to a distribution platform as a nobody, they're doing nothing. They're doing absolutely none of that. They're not going the extra mile to kind of have these meetings, discuss about how to, bro. At this point, distribution is more than, and when we even talk about like artist services, it's more than just distribution. There's an element of marketing, positioning, and all that stuff, branding that goes all into like the distribution matrix. You know what I mean? That's what it should be. That's what distribution should be, but that's not what it isn't, and it's very misleading. When these platforms make it seem like they'll go the extra mile to do all these things for you when actually they won't, which is why I would recommend, especially as a new artist, like just DIY these things by yourself. Because trust me, I've been burned by this, like personally, where like I've had independent distribution companies reach out to me, and at the time I was managing an artist, and you think like they're going to give you like high priority, and in their meetings they're going to be like, yo, this is what we need to do for artist X, and highlight them in these different ways and places, but then they just don't. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like you only get into these deals when you have leverage. Like the music industry is in a place where they're only really going to amplify people who are already doing well. So the reality is you have to kind of just get it out the mud by yourself, like to start. Don't believe that anybody can put you on any kind of pedestal or give you any kind of boost. They can't. These people generally also, they don't really know how to. Which is the funny thing. They don't know. They really don't know what they're doing as well. Like they know the certain tricks to amplify things that are already doing well. But if you ask them to like organically like make something like a wave, like a move, like they actually are as clueless as we are, which is why they rely on people to with their own ingenuity to kind of make their wave, and then that's when they come in. You know what I mean? And that's essentially the music industry today.
And they really have been found out, because now that it's more of like a social media game, it has more to do with like a personal experience. And that's why labels have shifted. They've shifted into getting people who are already established rather than figuring out how to amplify them. Like they just want to, oh, you have what, 1 million followers? All right, great, we're going to sign you. Rather than going to sign the person who's on 400 followers but is really talented. Yeah, I mean, independent is definitely the way to go. Of course, labels still have their use. We're not like all like there's different situations that work for different people. But for an artist that's just starting out, I think you're right. Yeah, just figure out how to do everything yourself so that you're properly self-sufficient. Of course, self-sufficient doesn't necessarily mean it's you alone doing everything. Like you might have a small team that handles you, a manager or whatever. But then it's, don't just run to the mystique of a label, I think has has been destroyed. Honestly, in the past like 10 years, I feel like the media, the label, when people say music label, it used to be such a big thing. And now it's only uneducated people that still look at labels as still this huge thing that's going to like amplify them 100 times. It's that whole mystique is done. I feel like labels have become just companies now.
They only really have purpose for, like I said, the people who are already like doing it. Like a Bad Bunny can have 90% of his royalties taken by the label, but he'll still make a lot of money. And that deal, as much as that might sound aggressive, might actually be very good for somebody like Bad Bunny. But like even for it just doesn't make sense for smaller artists who are able to generate smaller numbers to kind of rely on some of these things. So for me, do things the independent way. One thing I wonder, Sam, is why don't people because even I don't do this, and I think there's an element of laziness in it, because I wonder why more people don't go direct to consumer. Like I don't see so many people aggressively just being like, all right, let me just use like Bandcamp or something to just like go directly to my consumers and completely bypass the whole streaming, just the whole streaming platforms and everything. I wonder why people don't do that more.
It's reach. Bandcamp, you won't get as many people to being on a streaming platform. The multiple streaming platforms, the biggest being Apple Music and Spotify. Just you being there increase, because there's a lot of traffic, back and forth, right? So the chances of you being just discovered by people, it's like someone selling something in a supermarket. They're selling a product in a supermarket versus putting it out on the street. It's just like more people are going to
kiosk or something.
Yeah, more people are just going to be walking past wherever you've set up, and they're going to see it. And so that just amplifies. But it's a lot easier to reach more people than going through Bandcamp or whatever, where you have to like target and focus and try to draw in like a specific, like individual people, sort of.
But that sounds good hypothetically, though, because yes, as much as you can get reach to many people on Spotify, realistically, it's very difficult to capture the attention of those people that Spotify has access to, right? Otherwise, we all would be blowing up and having great numbers. And yes, it does happen to some artists where they get their music really like discovered, or like, you know, just get that moment where there's a bunch of people listening to their, or even like consuming their stuff on like TikTok, and then that kind of translates to more streams on Spotify, for example, because people go and search up their name and everything, right?
Yeah.
But that's something that doesn't happen like on the regular, don't you think? Like, what would you rather? Like, the allure of being possibly streamed by 10,000 people, or getting 100 dedicated people to purchase your music for $10? That's $1,000 you'll make, compared to peanuts from Spotify, from, or not even peanuts, but like just like hypothetically getting 10,000 people to listen to your music on a consistent basis, and just hoping it happens.
Well, I mean, music tends to lend itself to dreams, and dreams have a way of attaching themselves to bigger numbers. And so, fine, the hundred dedicated
It's
buyers of your
gambling.
music, while that might not, while that is obviously a better thing, because when these are people who are actually buying the music, and the income from that might be higher, doesn't look as good as saying 100,000 people streamed my
It's
music.
not as appealing.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting
And,
way
and
less.
bro, and that's the bad thing. That's the bad thing, man. Because like, bro, like, I think people get very lost in the, no, but I have 100,000 monthly listeners. But
Yeah.
when it doesn't make that much money, especially if you consider specific regions.
Yeah.
That it could be a meaningless stat. 100,000 monthly listeners in Sweden is completely different from 100,000 monthly listeners in Nigeria or Kenya.
Yeah.
Trust me,
Yeah.
that's the case. But I do think, I think we're in a very dystopian period for music consumption, because if these distribution companies are not, if you're not like, I feel like good music doesn't shine through anymore unless it's backed by the industry, or the industry has something to gain from that. Like, it's just it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Yeah,
And
it's a weird period. It's a weird period for art in itself. Even with the whole conversation about AI, it's like what's going on? It's such an interesting period to be. And it feels weird even more because now everything is becoming like it's just so automated, and we're bypassing people more. I think that's why it feels dystopian. Is that we're bypassing people more and focusing on technology. And so even like with the distribution and streaming is this, like before you have to go to a label and submit those songs physically, or a CD or floppy disk or whatever it is, and then that's how they find their way into stores. It's pressed and it's packaged, but this time you're just on a computer typing things and it goes up. So it just feels like a huge chunk of what makes it human and real has been removed.
it's been removed, yeah. And somebody asked the question on social media. This is not, somebody just, I saw this on TikTok, and it was a video of this, Nano Banana, like the
Yeah.
Google like AI image
And why did they even pick that name?
thing.
That's such a weird name for like
I don't know, but there's probably a reason why. It probably makes sense, but I don't know the context behind it. But somebody just asked the question, why are we doing this to ourselves? And I think that is a really, really deep question
That's so
for
sad.
humanity.
That's such a sad question
No,
to ask too.
Because why are we doing this to ourselves? So Warner have also signed a deal with Udio. I think we reported a few podcasts ago that UMG signed a deal with Udio. So it's only a matter of time till Sony follows suit. And essentially
sorry,
they
before you go
keep
on,
on.
we
Mhm.
also had recorded a couple of months ago that Warner and Udio were in court fighting. So
All of them were in court. All of
yeah,
them were in court. But UMG was the first person to resolve things, and now it's Warner, and they're all still suing Suno, but I think vested interest will change, and they'll probably come to some sort of resolution. But all of them keep on hinting at, or all the articles I read keep on hinting at something big being rolled out in 2026. I haven't really gotten like an article that's specified what Udio is looking to roll out
yeah,
next year. I can only guess that it's going to be a platform where, from the bits and pieces that I've read, is where it's going to be like I think it's going to be like a streaming platform where creators like you and I can generate prompts to create music. For example, we can be like, create a song, or create a song where Bien is the vocals, and or rather like reimagine the song Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana as a BN song, right? And then I think people will upload those songs and they'll generate a bunch of streams, and now people will be listening to that as like music. I think that's what's gonna happen. And then
how do you feel? How do you feel about all your hits being reimagined by random people?
so here's the scary thing. And I brought this up in a previous podcast. Like I saw this creator reimagine corn as like blues music, and it actually, and this is the sad thing, it actually sounds good. And that is very sad because these reimaginations sound decent.
Yeah,
And the thing is, though, are the artists going to agree for their likeness to be used in this way? Well, some will. And the thing is, if this platform does well and these songs start generating a ton of money, maybe this is the next frontier, because streaming is dying. We know streaming is dying. Maybe this is the next way the industry is going to like generate a bunch of money for music, right? Through these reimaginings, and
yeah.
then people streaming it a bunch, and if it starts doing well, trust me, everybody's going to hop on the bandwagon. And then what Sam said is just going to happen. There's going to be an erasure of people actually making new content, because now it's just going to be, who can make the best prompts, like who can create
Yeah.
the most interesting thing. Like it's like, oh, like who would think to say, okay, let's remake Billie Eilish reimagine
As
Backbencher by Toxic Lyrically. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and
that
maybe that sounds
that
amazing.
wouldn't sound good.
You know what I mean?
I
So
don't think that's good to sound.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like it's just an idea, and
Yeah.
I think that's what's coming next year. And
That's our future.
we're cooked.
Honestly, that's our future. Our future is just dystopian. We're just living in it's the sci-fi movies coming to life now. Robots are walking around.
Bro,
It's over with.
Sam,
Like we're done.
if you look at some of the images being generated by Nano Banana, they are actually really good. Like AI has become so good so fast, and it's scary. There's some stuff that's being put up on social media, and I'm like, wow, this is indistinguishable from real life. Like if somebody didn't tell, like, because some of them contextually, they're fake just because it's like,
You can tell there's
it's
AI
like, let's
artifacts.
say,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm not talking about artifacts. I'm talking about just conceptually, like it's like Donald Trump wearing grills or something. So okay, of course, this is like AI. But like, if somebody starts like actually doing like real, like just like generating prompts that look like real life, will actually be lost. Like you just wouldn't be able to tell what's real and what's not. And obviously these things will be used for nefarious reasons, because that's how human beings are. And I don't know if I'm behind it. I think we're just like, I think it's over, man. It was a nice run. We had a nice run, Sam.
As civilization, we had a nice run, a nice 5,000 year run.
Yeah,
We
it was
had a good
cool, but like
5,000
we're
year
over.
run, man. It's
done.
over. We're done.
Yeah, it's done.
We're done. Anyway, well, shout out to Earth. Shout out to Earth, I guess.
Shout out to Earth.
Yeah.
There's one thing I want to talk about briefly. So Spotify are rolling out this new thing called Song DNA. And it's essentially, I don't know if you saw that Spotify purchased WhoSampled. Have you ever used WhoSampled? I know you have.
Yeah. Oh, they did. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, they purchased WhoSampled, and so they're doing this thing where, like, if you pay for Spotify Premium, which by the way is the music industry trying to get make more money from streaming. Anyway, if you have Spotify Premium, you'll be able to get more in-depth details about the songs that you listen to. And so one of the ways they want to do that is through this purchase of WhoSampled, you'll be able to like tell where this song was sampled from, if it's interpolating any songs, it'll give you the names and the notes and stuff like that. And I guess that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Will I experience it?
For
No,
art,
because I'm not paying for Spotify Premium. I'm not paying for Spotify Premium, Sam. Like, no, I've refused.
Wait, are they introducing it on like a specific tier, or is it?
Yeah, the Spotify Premium tier. That's gonna be the thing. Like, they're trying to create like value adds for the premium tier, essentially. This trying to make it more appealing for people to pay for. Remember, the first one was lossless audio.
Yeah, that was
shit like that. I don't know
anything.
They might do a thing where, like, if you pay for Spotify Premium, they might integrate it with this whole Udio thing, and then it's like, okay, if you pay for Spotify Premium, you can create meshes of music with, you know what I mean? They might do something like that. I can see a future like that.
They need to follow after the Grammys. The Grammys has a category. The next Grammys has a category for like album art, and Spotify needs to do that as well. I think there's just a lot of good art on. Well, there's guys who are really not doing much with AI, but then there's other people who are.
Oh, you mean like just give people their credit?
Yeah, and have that also be an avenue for it. Do you think that just the majority of album arts that are not good is hindering that from happening? Like, when I think about it, I feel like probably that's the problem, is that there's just so much junk on there that it's hard to track down the people who are doing the right thing and to give them credit. I don't know. I just feel like it would be a good category for artists.
I think so too. I don't know. I just, maybe the industry just hasn't thought about it, because maybe they're just like, it's not music, so they were like, but let's just focus on more music things. But I don't know. But it is a huge part of like the music consumption process. So it makes sense that artwork, videos are all like appreciated as they should, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
What else happened in the world of music?
Yeah. I mean, recently there was our boy Burna has been under a little bit of fire. And he's actually starting to get a lot of a reputation of not being the best guy at shows. Like, he's always in the news for fighting with someone, complaining, kicking someone off stage. Recently, I think he started his tour in the United States of America, and I think it was his Denver show. Might be the first show. I don't know. I don't remember. But then his Denver show, he was performing, just going about his set, and then homeboy brought his girl to the show, and they paid for tickets. Obviously, sat front row, enjoying themselves a good Burna Boy set, and she fell asleep because she was probably tired. A long day at work, and so Burna Boy is going about his business, and then he looks in the front row. He sees someone fast asleep, and then he stops the show, and he's like, "All right, yo, hey," points to them, "Bro, wake up your girl, wake her up. Either you wake up or get." No, did he? I think he might have just kicked them out. Like, there's no sleeping in my shows and whatnot. I said he's not performing until they leave the stadium, so I think they had to leave. And that sparked a lot of uproar, which that sparked a whole controversy. Now, just and a couple of different questions, I guess, come up. Burna Boy went to um defend himself, and after after everything, he was he basically said, I don't want to read the whole thing, but he basically said that, listen, I work hard to put on a show, and it doesn't look good when, like a lot of it was a bit classist also, but then he said a lot of the people who have come to these shows, like, have paid for the shows, and this is not like a cheap thing we're coming to, like, so you can't come here and sleep, and of course that makes it worse. But I don't know. Did you? There's many angles to this. I guess I just want to find out from you. One, do you think artists are entitled? Who do you think is right in this situation? Do you think the fan who has paid has a right to come to your show and essentially be at your show in whatever way they want to be at your show, or do you think because it's your show as the artist, let's say you're throwing a in real life concert, do you think that you have a greater level of control over what happens at the show in terms of the fans?
As a fan, like, you paid for your ticket, like, you have the right to enjoy the show in whatever way you choose to enjoy the show. Like, obviously, you don't have to be. So fans don't have the right to be
Unruly.
to interfere with the show in some way, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're unruly, you're making noise, you're heckling too much, of course, even if you paid, like, get out. You know what I mean? But the fan wasn't doing, or the couple or whoever, like, they weren't doing anything
asleep. Tired.
Too obtrusive to the show. And I think it's a very bad look for Burna Boy. And then, the thing is, he's also doubling down on it, and he's like, he's just saying things like he only likes fans, or appreciates. I'm paraphrasing, like, fans who have money, or like, did I tell you to be my fans?
That's a very
like, when
dumb,
he starts saying things like that, like, dumb. Yeah, and it's just a really, really good way to alienate yourself from the audience. Yep. I think people will forget about this situation with Burna Boy. It's like, PR wise, all they ever do is like just tell him to lay low for like 2 months, and people will forget about it. But it's not a good look. I do understand where artists come from, in the sense that they want everybody in the show to have a good time and be like, be like, they want the energy there, like, there's nothing worse than when people aren't singing back the lyrics. You're like putting the microphone to the audience and it's just crickets. They're like dead. That stuff. It's dead. Like, so I get there's an anxiety there. Like, if we're looking at it, well, this is your domain. I think there's a psychology thing there of, like, also the artist feeling insecure. It's like, okay, no, but why are you sleeping? I think if we really have an in-depth look at Burna Boy, there's an insecurity there of feeling like his music isn't good enough. I think that might be a thing. And you don't want people, like, that's where it comes from.
Burna Boy thinking that his music is not good enough?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, bro.
At this point, artists, Grammys, like, everything. All the looks he's gotten.
Artists are insecure. All artists are insecure as hell, bro. Trust me. Like, no matter how many accolades you have, Beyonce worries if people will like her music. That's just how it is. Like, human beings are human beings, no matter how many accolades you gain. So I think at the core of it, that's where Burna Boy's sentiments come from. I think it's very arrogant, and I think it just makes him not look. It just doesn't make him look like a good person. Yeah. And then, the thing about the internet that's very toxic, but it happens inevitably. When people get a reason to dislike you, they will look for more reasons to dislike you, and they'll start digging through your old tweets and then digging through your old interviews.
Burna Boy tweets are coming up next for sure.
I've seen old Burna Boy interviews come out. There's another interview where he's been interviewed with his mom, and I think his grandparents or something. And then he walks out on the interview and he's so rude and stuff like that. So things like that are coming back. And now it's like, you know what I mean? Like people are just finding more reasons to dislike the guy. He'll be fine though. Like Burna Boy will be fine. Like
Yeah.
people will still stream his music and stuff like that. But like
Hit makers
as an
have
artist,
power, power over society. That's the problem.
Well, they do, but to a certain extent. But like because this situation isn't like so bad. Yeah, this situation isn't so bad that he'll get like cancelled. But like if you do something cancelable, you'll realize very quickly you don't have as much power as you think.
Burna Boy has been known to just be a brat sometimes, but I guess that's him.
A lot of times. He'll
be fine.
Anyway, Wise, do you want to talk about new music?
Get into some drops of the week.
Yeah, man. What did you listen to that came out this week?
A couple of releases. Savara dropped Use Me along with a video/visualizer. That was cool. Shad Miziki I also listened to his project Ayana's Tale. It was interesting. I really like Shad Miziki's music. This project felt a little bit inconsistent in just a little bit, just in terms of the general production of it. I feel like sometimes, like even like the mixing, sometimes was clear, then other times it wasn't. It was a little bit inconsistent. But there are a couple of good songs on there. I liked Kele too. Very interesting concept. Vijana Barbaru and Gogo Ashley released Color. Didn't sound bad. I did listen to that. Power 2, Bosso, Bien, Calligraph, bongo music. Bien and Calligraph. It's interesting to see Calligraph on that, but shout out to him. What else did I go to? Local Fabric by Shapaman and Lucorito. Interesting, very interesting song. I obviously have declared
the video to that was dope.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. I've declared my love for just rappers rapping over samples, so I won't say that again. But no, I enjoyed at least the sampling on there. And honestly, I feel like there was a lot of music that was released. Before I leave, Boy Wa 44 for Mr. Frank White, produced by DJ Pro Luigi. It's just interesting to see Pro Luigi make this kind of sound. I mean, he's really mostly known for hip hop trappy sounds, and he tried his hand at tried his hand sounds terrible. He did a couple of Afrobeat songs for some people, Fena and them. So it's cool to see him like dive into like the more of the almost like Gengetone style, urban tone style music. He's very versatile. So shout out to him. For Mr. Frank White too, shout out to him as well. The last one, I guess I listened to some of it. Haven't gone through the whole project, but it was sounding good. Composure, Bronze and Medals. I don't know where he came from, but it's a lot of Afrobeat, and he sounds decent on it. I need to do my research on him because, again, like I'm not sure. I think he's been releasing, and I've seen his name a couple of different places, but then I don't really know much about his music. But the few songs I listened to sounded decent, so I need to do more research about Bronze and Medals. I listened to more music, but that was really kind of what stood out to me. What did you listen to?
Why did it take so? There was such a huge gap between what did you and what did I listen to. Anyway, I was like waiting. I listened to Akimbo by Harry Craze. Shout out to Harry Craze. Listen to Color by VB, Gogo Ashley. Brighter Than Today by Tesla. I'm always locked in when Tesla releases music. Let's see. Minataka Tu Mkale by Tugen Finest Souls, Tipsy G, Zero Sufuri, and Kiazala Generation. That song was very comedic. So it's nice to see sometimes when people are just having fun with music. Albizi released the song "Picture Me" with a music video. Hopping on Roc Chap beats. Shout out to him. Let's see. Did you shout out "It Always Ends With You"? Manana featuring Lisa Oduor.
I left that out, and I really enjoyed that song.
Very good song.
Yeah,
very good
very
song.
good.
Lisa is one of our premier vocalists. Listen to "Sway" by We Are Nubia. And let's see. Guide by 8SG, 8th Street Gang. Shout out to them. But yeah, I think for me, the song I wanted to shout out, I believe he also released a video to it. And I feel like we haven't played like a trappy song at the end of the podcast in a minute.
We've been unced out.
Yeah.
Unce and Afropop. That's what we've become.
Yeah, we've been so mellow. So let's listen to a trap beat or a trap like song for once. So this is the song Paracetamol by Licky. I think Licky is one of the he came from that drill like group of individuals, but he didn't really hop on drill too much. But like whenever I see Licky, it's always like in context with those guys. But bro is tough. Is tough, and he always releases good videos, so I appreciate him for that. So yeah, man. And shout out to Aleki for the production, because that shit is tough, man. I see you, Aleki, bro. So this is Paracetamol by Licky.
Meech, where's my husband?
Yo, it's fuck boy, yeah. Skiza, cheki. Bato heta kauna umwaneza patia paracetamol. Ikona joma banga para need to add a couple more. Design ya calligraph na daikeja ikona couple flows. Poa kona suction nikijitona skeyo. Bato heta kauna umwaneza patia paracetamol. Ikona joma banga para need to add a couple more. Design ya calligraph na daikeja ikona couple flows. Poa kona suction nikijitona skeyo. Licky, talk. Skimmy ni fun, Joe. Na kwangu wendo got kwa rap. You think outside the box. Kisikia nimeacha kurap. Manzeyo ni hawks. Bitch I'm a dog na move kifox. Madobo na re-up na jaza stock. Wastembei na shankara. Keep it on me when I make a deposit. Your body ni tea. Nataka mandazi. Nasikia niko fresh. Na cheki mavazi. Na daiki ice. Water tsunami. Naguza kipesi. Yo game ya Konami. 3-6 ebu chanlo mami. TFB ni kona mahani. Bato heta kauna umwaneza patia paracetamol. Ikona joma banga para need to add a couple more. Design ya calligraph na daikeja ikona couple flows. Poa kona suction nikijitona skeyo. Bato heta kauna umwaneza patia paracetamol. Ikona joma banga para need to add a couple more. Design ya calligraph na daikeja ikona couple flows. Poa kona suction nikijitona skeyo. Neza kuchekeshia kichele na siya Pakistan. Licky mindo king wa trap kwenye on understand. Niko juu ya kingusi Yensa chiele mahide and Peter Pan. Early morning niko gram bonga na mafans. Kwa shingo nimekelea magram na dai kuongeza mass. Then 5 boy mungu mmoja sijai kuwa clown wa class. Ndani ya E220 niko kwa road ufiki class. Ukiwa steam underwater you itisha gas. Bato heta kauna umwaneza patia paracetamol. Ikona joma banga para need to add a couple more. Design ya calligraph na daikeja ikona couple flows. Poa kona suction nikijitona skeyo. Bato heta kauna umwaneza patia paracetamol. Ikona joma banga para need to add a couple more. Design ya calligraph na daikeja ikona couple flows. Poa kona suction nikijitona skeyo pop.
Meech, where's my husband?
So that was Paracetamol by Licky. Shout out to him.
Yep.
Shout out to Aleki again. Aleki and Licky, man. Okay.
Aleki.
Yo, shout out. Let's not do that. So shout out to you guys for listening to this podcast 158 times. Hope to see you on 159. Because all of y'all are 150 fine. Sam, have you ever noticed?
I'm so sorry, guys.
Have you ever
I'm
noticed?
so sorry. Listen, I've just realized that usually
No,
after
wait,
we play
Sam,
the song,
Sam,
this
wait.
podcast goes off the rails and we just start doing whatever. Just start doing
because
whatever.
it's my because you know why? Because usually I assume like some people have dropped off. So this is my period to just like, you know what I mean? Just like
This people,
loosen up a little bit.
People are still listening. They're probably listening for the goofiness too. Just get back.
I was gonna say, have you ever noticed that whenever anybody starts saying, oh, like on their like it's their birthday and they're like, oh yeah, I'm turning 25. Like, you know, this person is like,
yeah, you're 33 at least.
Getting up there.
You're 33 at least.
I'm like,
oh man, you don't wake up with the same spring you did. You first of all have to like get your bearings. You wake up with the night to drink water. You're that kind of person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who says 25,
you have to stretch.
Yeah, it's over for
you have to stretch after in the morning.
It's over
like,
for you. It's time to get some supplements.
Stretch.
Yeah.
You start to get dizzy when you stand up too quickly.
You pay taxes. Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, listen, we started this podcast because we want to see Kenyan artists get paid more and played more. And if you're new here, I like to end the podcast with the 3 C's, essentially a mantra I devised for myself. And I decided to share with you guys because I'm not perfect and I'm trying to become a better creative. Number one, or the first one, is confidence. You have to be confident in your art. Otherwise, people are just not going to like vibe with you. If you're not confident about your stuff, it's not going to go anywhere. Number 2 is consistency. You have to be consistent. Do the thing every single day, every single week. And trust me, it'll work out in your favor. And lastly, craft. Always work on your craft. Dedicate some time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour every day, and you will see yourself improve tremendously. And that's all we have today.
That's
my God,
all we have today for you.
That's all she wrote, bro. Yeah, man. Sam, I guess I have to ask you, do you have anything you would like
I guess
to
you have to ask me.
express
But
something in your
I
heart?
guess you have to ask me.
Is there
It's
something
like,
in your heart?
no, there's nothing in my heart. My heart is empty and cold, like the winds of
I knew
Alaska.
that tracks. That tracks, for sure. Because you
what
are
do you mean
a
that
cold individual.
What
You're
do you mean?
cold.
I'm not cold. I'm just pensive.
Oh wow! So you're better than all of us because you're pensive. Even me, I can be a sophisticated word. I am demure.
You know, the funny thing is
Fine, if
pensive
you're
is not even.
pensive,
I
I'm
don't
demure.
think pensive is the right word for that. I was just looking for a word that sounds smart there. I'm not cold. I'm actually a very, very soft heart, and I value sentiment among other things.
You don't, but I hope you do one day. Anyway.
Not a lost cause.
No, you're not. And nobody's lost. I would think it's somebody who's introspective. They're introspective, they're quiet.
I was right.
You know?
Very pensive. Engaged, involving,
Yeah, okay.
reflecting, deep or serious thought. That's me.
That's Sam. And this is Afam. And we have
This is a
carried this
30%
on for too
podcast.
long.
This is
So we'll
episode
see you guys.
100.
Yes.
Yo, I told you,
And
this
I'm
thing
a
just
human
goes off the
being.
rails after we play music. We should let's just.
Okay, we're done for real. We're done. Okay, for real now, guys. This is for real. For real.
Yeah,
like, for
I'm
real.
signing
We're
out.
done and
Afam
we
is
will
still
see you guys.
apologizing. I'm signing out. Bye.
No. Okay. Guys, it's just you and I. It's just you and me here. Sam, why are you laughing? Anyway, bye-bye.